Hello students, this is your teacher Manish, and as a part of Java playlist we have seen a lot of fundamental things. We have created small programs which is .java source code. Within .java source code we had multiple classes. We saw the significance of main method. We also got introduced to normal methods and we saw how to invoke those methods. Okay, in this video I'm going to specifically talk about classes and objects. So at the end of this video, what are we going to learn? Okay, point one, create objects. We'll see how to create objects. Of course we will use a keyword new, and we will also see what a constructor is. Okay, so use of word new, keyword new, and calling a constructor or constructing an object. Second, we will learn what are instance variables, right? Third, we will learn what are instance methods, right? So what are instance variables, what are instance methods? Okay, significance of word, keyword static, which is used before declaration of method. Okay, so these are the certain things which we are going to learn in today's video. Okay, so let us start taking a deep dive and start actually coding, creating the class and then object, and then learn all these things. So as I use Notepad++ to create any new Java program, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to create a new class called cat, right? Simple, right? So I'm going to create a class called cat. Okay, so let me first save this as cat.java, okay, in my folder which typically I have created on my drive, in which I go and create my demo programs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a cat.java file or cat.java program. Okay, just select here Java source file, okay, and save it, right? So now what are the different attributes that a cat can have? Okay, so we could immediately see that I am not going to add too many attributes, but I know that there are 3 attributes which I can put in here. Okay, and say for example, what is the breed of a cat? Yes, so that's a string. The color of a cat is again a string. Okay, and the age of a cat is I am putting integer. Okay, so basically these are the 3 attributes, okay, which I can see at present for a cat as a object or cat as an animal, right? So after that I'm going to have my public static void main method. Okay, because that is the method which get invoked whenever I start my program. Okay, and then in that method basically I am going to create 2 objects, and the type of those 2 objects are, okay, cat. So my cat is a class, okay, and cat1 and cat2 are the 2 objects which I have declared here. Okay, now after declaring the object, it is just similar to how you declare int I, right? So similarly what I have done is I have declared a type of this cat1 and cat2 variables as cat class. Now after that what I need to do is I need to actually use the new keyword to get memory allocated for this objects. So what I will do is cat1 equals to new, okay, and here I will call my constructor. okay, and then cat2 equals to new, and I will call the constructor again. Okay, so remember, cat bracket open bracket close is actually a method, a special method which is called as constructor. If you don't code this method, then actually the compiler puts this method into the code. Okay, but altogether these three lines actually creates the two objects cat1 and cat2. Okay, first line declares the object, okay, cat1 and cat2, so two objects got declared which are of type cat, and then cat1 equals to new cat actually created the memory or allocated the memory, and then the cat1 object got referenced to that memory. Okay, now what I can do is I can actually go and start allocating or start assigning the values. So for example, cat1 dot breed, so for first object I am saying cat1 dot breed is equal to Persian, right? Okay, now cat1 dot color, okay, equals to white, right? Now I can have cat1 dot age equals to 3. Okay, similarly I can go and allocate values to the second object, and here I am putting cat1 dot breed equals to, say for example, Siamese. So Siamese is a breed of a cat. Okay, similarly I have put cat2 dot color equals to black. Okay, and then I'm putting cat2 dot age equals to, I'm putting as 3 years, say for example. Okay, now I can also print, okay, the values of this object using system.out.println. Okay, and I can put here into bracket, okay, cat1 dot breed, right? So this is how I can just go and add system.out.println. okay, I am putting system.out.println cat1 dot color, right, and then I'm also putting age. Okay, so before this line I'm just adding one more line here. Okay, this is for the information of first cat. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding here, okay, and saying cat1 details, right? Okay, now I'm just ending my main method, and I'm also ending my class. Okay, similarly I can go and just copy paste these 4 lines, okay, and I can add here, I can put cat2 details, right, and instead of cat1 here I'm just replacing cat1 by cat2. Okay, so let us revisit this program again and try to understand what we have done. Okay, so remember, anything about the class I'm going to put is going to be there within the curly bracket, which is the begin of the class, and the end of the class, which is here. So everything will go as a code between this start and end. Now this class, which is a cat class, has got 3 variables, and if you see these 3 variables, which is breed, color and age, are called as an instance variable. The reason why it is called as an instance variables is because every object that I create of type cat will have its own values. So if I created 2 objects, cat1 and cat2, so if you see I have created 2 objects, cat1 and cat2, then cat1.breed, I have assigned some value. Similarly, cat1.color. So cat1, the value for breed, color and age will have its own values. Similarly, cat2, value for breed, color and age will have its own values. So we can say that object is an instance of a class, and those three variables which are declared within the class outside of any method. Okay, so if you see, these three variables are not within any method, they are outside any methods but within the class, and hence they are called as instance variables. Okay, we create the object using a new keyword in Java, and creating the object, really what happens is memory gets allocated for that object. So cat1 and cat2 in this particular declaration, okay, a variable gets created but there is no memory yet allocated to that object. The moment I use new keyword along with the constructor, okay, what happens is I have referenced that memory location to my object which I have created. So if cat1 is the object I have declared, then memory gets allocated to cat1 only after I execute this statement where I have a new keyword, and after that I am calling is the constructor. The constructor is a special method which has got a name similar to that of a class. Okay, so this is what instance variables are. What we will do is we will quickly go and compile this particular class. Okay, so let us quickly compile this class which we have created, which is cat.java. So I am using our Java compiler to compile it, java c cat.java. Okay, very good. We don't have any syntax errors in this, and I'm going to quickly use the command the interpreter Java to execute this. Okay, and what happens now is we could see that we have all the 8 system.out.println which have actually displayed the output of both the objects. So my object 1, which is cat1.breed, comprises of Persian, then cat1.color is white, and cat1.age is 3. So what we have done here is we have created 2 objects, and then we have actually assigned values to the instance variables of those objects. Okay, now let us quickly do some changes in this program. Okay, and what I plan to do is I'm going to create another I'm going to create or add another method, and the name of that method is, say for example, display info. Okay, and what I'm going to do is basically whatever I'm printing here, right? So I'm actually just putting it in this method, okay, and removing it from here, right? So basically these are cat information, say for example, that's what I'm printing. Okay, and here I'm saying I'm not giving the object reference, I'm just putting the instance variables. Okay, now in main what I'm actually doing is I'm calling this method, okay, display info, right here. Okay, and then I'm using second object, okay, and just calling this display info. Right now, if you really see what happens here is I have created a method which gets invoked with the object, and the method which gets invoked with the object, okay, doesn't have a static keyword before the declaration, because that method becomes the instance method. Now say for example our method, which is a special method called main, and it's got a static here. Now what happens really is, this static keyword means that method can be invoked without an object. Okay, so that's the significance of a static keyword. Here our method gets invoked with the object, and hence this methods is nothing but a instance method. So breed, color and age are instance variables, whereas display info is a instance method. So let us quickly go and compile this program, okay, and execute it, and the output of it should be very similar to what the previous program has displayed. Okay, so let me just confirm that I have saved it. Yes, I have, and I am recompiling it again. Okay, yes, it got successfully recompiled, and I am executing it again. Now if you see, now the cat information, instead of cat1 details, it has actually printed cat2 information, because my display info method got invoked with both the objects, that is cat1 and cat2 object. Okay, so this is what I wanted to today display. I wanted to today demo it to you. So what we have created is, we have declared and created objects. We have used the new keyword. We have seen what constructor is. Constructor is a special method, okay, which by default is put by the compiler if we have not coded it ourselves. The name of the constructor method is similar to what the name of the class is, and then we have seen how to assign values to instance variables, and we have also seen how to create an instance method and then invoke that instance method with the help of object. Okay, now if I have to just demo you, okay, and tell you what is the static method, so I am just adding another static method, okay, and the main of that method, suppose I am just adding a static method here, okay, and void, and I am saying display, okay, header, a very simple method, okay, nothing else, okay, and then I have here start and end, and between start and end of this method, what I am going to do is I am just putting this cat information, okay, over here, right, and I am just, this is just for the demo, and here if I am putting, okay, I am invoking this display header. So what I can do is, if you see now, I am invoking display header without actually object. Okay, so let me quickly save this. Okay, the output should be very similar to what it was in the previous program. Okay, so I am just kind of recompiling it. Okay, now something has gone wrong here. Okay, so let us see what that is. I'm just compiling this program cat.java, so cat.java, okay, and quickly I'm executing it, right? Okay, so what the problem was, I have actually added a semicolon here, and hence it gave me a compilation error which I have removed from it. Okay, and see, if you see the output is very similar to what it produced previously. Now in this you would understand what is the significance of word static, right, and how do I invoke a static method, right? So I don't need to add an object to invoke a static method, whereas to invoke an instance method I need to add the object name. Okay, so with this I'm coming to the end of this video. You have seen the significance of words keyword static, keyword new, constructor, instance variables and instance method. In my next video I'm going to get more deep dive into constructor and we will add our own constructors into the Java source code. If you like this video, do like and share it. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, do subscribe it.